All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Cigars and Cars with your host, Benil. Today, we have a very special guest. We got geriatric Jeff on the show, Jeff the Chef. Very exciting episode for you guys today. Let's see what Jeff had to say. Welcome back to another episode of Cigars and Cars. Your host here, Benil, with a very, very special guest today. We got Jeff on the show. Jeff, thank you for being here.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course, my pleasure. How you feeling?
Feeling great.
Should be a little scared, to be honest.
Should be a little scared?
A little bit.
We'll see what you got.
But yeah, it's almost been 2 years now that you've joined the company.
Yeah.
Funny enough, for the people don't know, you actually started your first day with me. You were shouting me for the first day.
I did.
Before that, though, you used to work with Bell. What was that like?
Yeah, I spent a good 3 years at Bell, knocking doors, always in Windsor. It was interesting. Like I think like I credit a lot of like my success like with Cogeco and YESA like to Bell, or at least like working there, because it's like I think you can only do as good as like your competition. So like what channels come in their TV package, internet speeds, router, modem specs, like everything. It helps me kind of like know a lot about Bell to like sell them something really good on Cogeco. So yeah, it was a long 3 years, and I put my time in selling against MNSI with them, and yeah, it was a fun time. But yeah, now we're here.
How'd you hear about YESA, by the way, for the people that don't know?
Literally just on Indeed. Like I remember like I was with Bell, and then I left Bell. I did another job for like a year, and then I was just looking to get like really back into like something like door to door. And like I knew a lot about Bell, I knew a lot about Cogeco, and when I seen Cogeco come up, I was like, this is awesome. And then I was like, YESA, okay, like Cogeco, this must be like a seller for Cogeco. And then when I started researching the company and everything, I was like, this is awesome. Like this is so cool. And then my first day of onboarding, I knew in the first like 30 minutes, like I'm in the right place. Like this is awesome.
Well, it's funny you say that, because a little backstory from my personal point of view. What was it, December 2023? You walked in, I go to the trainer at the time, and I'm like, yo, don't give me a shadow. It's my worst week in the company so far. Like, I don't really want somebody to be training up. And he's like, nah, I'm gonna give you this new guy. His name is Jeff, worked from Bell. Like, he should be good. I'm like, okay. And I remember it was USC, I was going against Maz. And long story short, I'm like, okay, we'll go ahead with that. And there was this one customer, I don't know if you know, the story with the router, where I needed that 1-2, and I was this close to bonusing, and almost cost me that. Do you remember that day or no?
I do. I remember she was having a lot of problems with Bell, and it was a super laydown.
And what'd you tell her, Jeff?
And I told her, listen, if you're having problems, the number one reason is probably your router. What color's your router? She said, I have the black router. I said, perfect, awesome. There's a new router, it's white, it's called the GigaHub. That'll solve all your problems. Yeah. And I could just feel like your breathing go up out of anger, stress. And you're like, what the fuck is this guy trying to sabotage me? But I did save it. You have to be honest, I did save it.
Well, you saved it because she said, that's a good idea. I'm gonna call in Bell and get the white one.
You call Bell, it's gonna be more money, you gotta wait for it. Who knows if it's gonna solve your problem? It could be your line. We still got the deal. Well, that's one thing you always leave out of that story every single time you tell it. We still got the deal.
I still got the deal. After that, a few weeks later, we went to All-Star. And at that time, the All-Star was in Windsor, which, to be honest, I was a little bit scared. I never knocked in Windsor. I heard all these horrors.
Yeah.
But I knew that you worked with Windsor, at Windsor with Bell. So I was like, I'm going to pick this guy. And that was my first pick of the first draft. You were my pick. That was a pretty fun All-Star. I'm not sure how much of that you remember, but
it was super cool because like when we started that, like I only knocked like 1 week. So it was like, okay, like the All-Star, I'm like, everybody in our onboarding class was like, yeah, we're definitely going to get picked like last. We'll be at the bottom of the draft. And I was like, if it's in Windsor, like I'm gonna fucking destroy it here. Like I out of everybody in the draft, I will do the most. And I remember you asking me that. You're like, if I pick you, like, are you gonna do well? I'm like, Benil, I'm gonna beat everybody.
So you came first place in the last day.
I did. And I remember like when you picked me, I remember people in the chat going, who the fuck is that guy? I remember that. And I was like, I used that as motivation. And then I did first and second day and then dropped a 6-12 on the last day.
And you still had more, but since then you've pretty much stayed all your time in Windsor.
Yeah, I think I have in the company now, I think just under 2,000 installs, and probably, I think I did the math on it not too long ago, like 1,800 of them are like all in like YESA West.
What is Windsor like? For the people that don't know Windsor, if you had to describe Windsor in a few words, how would you say it was?
Windsor is one of those territories where you have to be 24/7 dialed in all the time. You can't go on cruise control. You can't coast through a day and still get your 4, 5, 6P or whatever it is. The routes there, like everybody has good deals. MNSI is a whole nother ball game. It's just, you're basically just selling on emotion.
Yeah.
But I think outside of sales itself, I think Windsor teaches you so much about like talking to people, reading body language, and really the biggest thing for me is selling on value and not selling on price. So like I think Windsor, like I hate selling 1-1s. I always try to upsell TV, always try to sell or upsell home phones. I've never really focused too much on like, I can cut your bill down. It's like, I'm gonna get you more for the same price, if not a little bit more. So I think it teaches you really how to sell people on things and not just like cut their bill in half.
Yeah, there's some hard territories in Windsor from what I heard,
Yeah.
Cities like Walpole, that must have been a nightmare knocking, right?
Yeah,
Whew.
super tough.
Talk to us about that.
Yeah, it's like activity that was the name of the game there. As many doors as you can knock. No, Walpole was single-handedly the craziest fucking thing I've ever knocked in my life. You go up to the door and it wasn't a thing of skill in Walpole, it was just how fast could you close the deal and get to the next house. That was fucking insane.
Jack
Walpole
dropped
was the
like 100
craziest.
something there, no?
Jack did 111 products. 111 in 1 week, which is intention. That's all it is. Intention, route management. It's pretty nice. But yeah.
I heard there was this one door you went and knocked that was a Dane red pin. You almost got killed from what I heard. What was that like?
Yeah, so Dane knocked the door the day prior. Did not mark the pin red. So I went up, I knocked. It was a super muddy driveway. I took my car up that day. Jack took his car out. Parked my car, knocked the door like 2-3 times. No answer. I get back into my car and it's facing outwards to like pull right out of the driveway because you got to get out of these houses quick.
Yeah.
And I get back in my car. I can't get out of the driveway. It's just mud and it's sinking down. So I'm driving as fast as I can, like pedal to the metal, and it's just flinging mud all over on this guy's fucking house. And I'm like, this is bad. Like, this is super bad. So I get out, I'm trying to push my car out. The neighbor comes over with a dog and basically told me like, hey, like you have 5 fucking minutes to get out of here or like, you're gonna get shot kind of thing. Insane. So me and Jack came and picked me up. We got the fuck out of there. We left my car there. We had to go to the police station. The police station gave us an escort back to the guy's house. A tow truck comes. It was a fucking nightmare. All the neighbors were watching. So let's just say we stayed off that street for a little bit. And he was, then we actually red pinned him.
Yeah.
Walpole
Good luck
was-
to anybody else that goes to that guy's house.
Nope.
Speaking of
definitely
Dane, I know you had the privilege of, managing a bunch of great guys. You had Amar, you had Maz for a little bit, but Dane's a special one.
Yeah.
I heard there was a story going around that Dane made a book with the kill list of all the people he would kill in order, and you were number 3rd, you were 3rd on that notebook.
I don't know if it was a notebook, but I remember we were sitting in the living room at the Veneto house, and somehow that got brought up, like, who would you kill? And Dane didn't laugh. He just started naming off the fucking people he was gonna kill. So he's like, Josh, I look right at Josh G. He's like, yeah, you're first. And Josh is like, what the fuck did I do? And then you had Abe. He's like, number 2, I'm fucking killing you. And we're like, okay, this is getting like a little too serious. And then number 3 was me, which I was okay, somewhere in the middle. I'm impartial.
It's not bad.
And then 4th, he wanted to kill Dylan. And then 5th, Mateo was good. Mateo was on Dane's good side. He bought him food and everything, so he was safe from getting killed. Yeah. And then we went around the room and we were basically like asking Dane like, why the fuck? And he just gave everybody a reason. He's like, you steal my fucking food. You do this to me.
I don't
you
think he was
locked me
joking,
out.
though.
No, he was not joking. He was dead serious.
For the people that know Dane, he's definitely not joking. Probably had that list already made. But anyways, fast forward today. You look good. You look healthy. I know you lost a little bit of weight. You've been on that little gym grind. I've been seeing your roll calls.
Yeah.
That wasn't always the case, Back then, you'd be waking up drinking 2 liters of Dr. Pepper every day.
Yeah.
What made that change? What caused you to, decide to put the Dr. Pepper down and, focus on your health?
To be totally frank, no one's actually asked me this. I think I just woke up one day and I just was like, fuck it. Let's just do it. I want to do something new. I was in the same routine like every day. Like Dr. Pepper, not really eating well kind of thing. Like I was doing good like at work, but the outside stuff was like I was eating like shit, Uber eating twice a day. And I just like, you know what? Let's try it. But when I made the decision to do like 75 hard, I was like, if I do it, I'm going to do it.
You completed it?
I completed it. I'm like, I'm not going to go halfway and then fuck up and do this and do that. It sucked. But once I got to like day 50, day 60, it was awesome. And I had like, everybody I lived with was like super supportive. Like Stephen K, like Amar, like those two, like every day were like, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Amar was telling you keep going?
Yeah, Amar was a huge supporter in that. And then I had like a whiteboard in my room with like all the days and I had checked off everything and it was pretty fucked. Same with Mateo, Mago, like all these guys were like very, very supportive during it. So it kind of pushed me to actually finish it. And Yeah, thank God that's done. That was
If you went back to that one day when you were training with Dylan, pushing the sled back and forth, and then having to run outside to vomit because you couldn't handle the workout.
Shit.
You think today, if you went back, you would be able to finish that workout?
Yeah, because in 75 hard, I didn't really do like anything like workout wise. Like I wasn't like really lifting weights. It was just all cardio. It was all fucking cardio. So yeah, he fucking told you that story, didn't he? Yeah. Working out. I went outside. I threw up literally in 5 different parking spaces outside. It was
You just had to cover the surface area.
so bad. I didn't show my face at that good life for a while, but yeah,
that
was one. Yeah, but if I went back, no, I'd be chilling. I think I could keep up with Dylan now, cardio wise.
Well, it's a good thing it's in the past now, because today you've been promoted to director. Congrats on that, by the way. What's that like?
Thank you. It's awesome. Yeah, like I've been here for 2 years. Like I said, I've put in the work. I've knocked. I think like I've always like assumed the role before I even had it. Like especially even with Dylan there. Like Dylan's like one of my like huge mentors. What?
Quick question.
What?
I noticed you do this thing where when you're talking, your forehead.
Shut the fuck up.
Your forehead clocks back, as if like you just reloaded another thought. If we got that on camera,
It's like click click. And had it. Like especially with.
It's like you're talking. I'm looking, and your forehead just goes. And I'm like, did he just get a new thought? What's that? What's going on there? I didn't mean to interrupt. It just
while I was talking, and you're just fucking laughing in my face at me.
Bro, your head just went like. Okay, is that like not? Do you do that on purpose or?
No, it's how I talk, man. It's my facial expressions. I'm just happy to be here.
I just had to ask for me. I don't know, but yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Dylan, being your mentor.
That's for sure gonna be in here. It's like, why are you laughing? Okay,
you're talking about Dylan and how he's your mentor as a director, and now you've been promoted to director, and you're playing with that.
I think it's like assuming the role, like always, like assuming the role before you actually get it, right? So like Dylan, like being in like YESA West under him so much, and like especially him spending some time with the States, just kind of like being there to basically like oversee everything, make sure everything's going good, stats stay up, and like I've really been doing that since like probably like January. Like I always said like I've always want to be Dylan's right hand man as much as I can, and just kind of make his life as easy as I can.
He's a great director, Dylan.
Super good director. Like I think YESA West and especially Windsor, like it runs as well as it does because of Dylan.
Yeah.
Like his energy that he brings in every day, and just like there is zero negativity with Dylan. Zero. Like if you call him and you're like, oh man, getting fucking killed, you know, MNSI's kicking the shit out of me.
And then you fall in the snow upside down. I heard about that too.
Yeah.
Worst week apparently, and then
worst week ever. I'm walking up a driveway. I knock. They don't answer. I'm pissed because I'm like, bro, I need to get a deal. And it's like a walkway with like bushes up the left and the right side. So when I slipped, I like slipped and turned and then also went backwards. So I basically had my feet in the bush, the middle of my body in the sidewalk, and then my head in this bush. And people are walking by, people that already said no to me walking by. I'm like, I need to get the fuck out of here. But you call Dylan with something like that and be like, hey man, this happened, I'm going through this. His first response always is, that's fucking awesome. Like there's zero negativity. It's like, that's fucking great. Let's keep going. So I think that's where I get a lot of that from.
Yeah, no, Dylan's amazing. I had him just for 3 days when I was an all-star. But again, congrats on being a director. That's exciting. It's new.
Thank you.
You got a lot of plans. I know you're director of HQ, so you're going to be learning now a lot from Taco as well.
Yeah.
This is part of the show where we start telling people, call out somebody, but we really can't do that. You're a director. You're not going to be knocking as much. But if you want to look into that camera and give the people, you know, a word of advice, some motivational speech for the USC season, it's your cue.
So the USC season for me is one of my favorite seasons. It's 1v1. There is nobody that's going to be carrying you to a W. It's going to be you versus you and you versus whoever you're going up against that week. So the name of the game, fight hard, fight relentlessly, go for the W. You never know how hard the other person's going to be training, how hard they're going to be pushing, and you never, ever, ever want to get outworked by somebody else. So give it your all, go all in. Make sure you are always on top, because the most important thing in this fucking company is winning. Winning always fucking matters. So make sure you're on top, be relentless, be fucking awesome, and let's do this.
All right, guys. Well, there you have it. That's another episode of Cigars and Cars with Jeff. Jeff, thank you for being on the show, and we'll see you guys next time.